What's up YouTube, I'm the Fragrance Runner, and today I'm bringing you my top 30 fall fragrances for men. And this is a very special video because I'm celebrating 1 year on YouTube. I uploaded my first video September 26th, and since then we've grown, we made a lot of new friends, we've grown our fragrance collection, we've expanded. So many things, so many great things, so many blessings. So I wanted to put a lot of love into a really special project. I wanted to just give it my all, bring my best. So I'm bringing you my top 30 fall fragrances for men, and I'm gonna split the video up into 3 parts. That way it makes it a little easier for you guys as the audience to consume. So just to note a few things on this list. Number 1 is gonna be that most, if not all of these fragrances are gonna be under $100. Reason for this is because availability is pretty much a really big factor when I make my list. Number 2 is it's gonna be designer only, and a lot of you guys know this by now, but I started at a niche shop and now I'm working at an all designer fragrance shop. So I pretty much do only work with what's around me. I don't have the money to really expand outside my territory, and I'm very blessed to have what I have now. So many great fragrances that can make this list, but they're not gonna be included in this one. And the third thing is that if there is a remarkable fragrance out there that you don't see in the list, I probably don't own it. So unfortunately the fragrance list is limited to my collection, but it's still plenty of champions, plenty of awesome stuff on there. It's a great opportunity to just explode and just go through a whole bunch of designer fragrances that are awesome for fall. Alright, so all the business out the way, we're gonna go ahead and start the list. At number 30 we got Paco Rabanne's 1 million, and this just shows what an awesome list this is gonna be. Paco Rabanne 1 million, it's an established champion. You got the cinnamon playing off the citrus off of that. Great performance. Paco Rabanne is one of the best brands in the world. It's taking the number 30 spot because it's a really high spot, but it's a very, very popular fragrance. It's just one that I want to say that if you never tried 1 million, I definitely recommend trying it, just because it is that great a fragrance. There's a reason it's widely sold, and it just is perfect for fall, perfect to start the list, perfect to set the tone of what to expect in this list, because from here we're gonna pretty much go up. So taking in the number 30 spot, we got Paco Rabanne's 1 million. All right, next coming in at the number 29 spot, we got Gucci Guilty Black, and this is an awesome one. It's just like Gucci Guilty, but with an added lavender note. By that I mean it smells really, really close to Gucci Guilty, but you get that really smooth freshness, that fabric softener, you know, feel from the lavender added to this one. It was meant to be a little bit more nighttime friendly. It's a little bit of a heavier composition compared to the original Gucci Guilty. Most people normally lean towards the other ones, either Gucci Guilty or Gucci Guilty O, and even now competing the new Gucci Guilty Absolute. But Gucci Guilty Black is a great option for this coming fall. I guess the next best one would be the new Gucci Guilty Absolute, which gives it that warmer tone, but it's a fantastic pick right here. If you never tried it before, definitely recommending it. Coming in at the number 29 spot, we got Gucci Guilty Black. Coming in at number 28 spot, we got Davidoff Cool Water, and this one is an already established champion, a bestseller. This thing sells itself in stores, has a fantastic fragrance DNA, and as you don't know, if you don't know, you now know, it's modeled after Creed's Green Irish Tweed, and it's just a really nice, fresh, warm, aquatic. You know, you get a nice, soft green note to it over the aquatic notes, so it keeps it fresh, keeps it warm. You got pretty good performance and longevity out of this one. You know, it's a pick up and splash and you're gonna smell great, but it's great for the upcoming fall time because it's outclassed by other fragrances in the sun in the summer, where, you know, it's more citrus boosted, sweet, all that good stuff. In the fall, the warmer tones of this freshie just really shine. So it comes in taking in the number 28 spot, Davidoff Cool Water. Coming in at number 27th spot, we got Kenneth Co's Black Bold, and this one is pretty much same fragrance DNA as Kenneth Co Black. It's awesome, you already know it, but Eau de Parfum makes it a little sharper in the opening, but the dry down pretty much kicks it in right back into that Kenneth Co Black DNA. And with that, you get a really nice blend of citrus and green notes over a soft ginger note that creeps in a little bit later, makes the fragrance zesty yet soft, masculine, fresh, and overall just a great option for fall, especially during the daytime for things like work and such, where you're gonna want a citrus fragrance that's not overly citrusy sweet. It's more fresh, masculine, professional, straight to the point. With Kenneth Co Black Bold, you definitely get that. So coming in, taking in the number 27 spot, Kenneth Co Black Bold. Coming in to take the number 26 spot, we got Polo Blue Sport. And this one is a great alternative to the more ozonic Polo Blue. This one right here is just a little bit heavier, a little bit sweeter. They added some green notes to give it a little bit more crispness, I can't say that word. But it's really, really fresh, really, really good. Performs better in colder weather than the original Polo Blue. And a great under the radar fragrance to pick up, check out. You may really love it. Coming in to take the number 26 spot, we got Polo Blue Sport by Ralph Lauren. Just gonna let it spin around, do the thing. There you go. Alright guys, now coming in to take the number 25 spot, we got Dolce Gabbana Intenso. With respect to the original Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme, and these fragrances guys, this fragrance DNA is a classic. I know the original Pour Homme was reformulated and the Eau de Parfum left a few people disappointed. The thing to me is that the Intenso is pretty much this fragrance. It opens up with what this fragrance dries down to, and it tries to just boost it up and make it go on throughout the dry down. But because of that, for an Eau de Parfum, it doesn't last as long as you want it to. But to keep it simple, it starts off with this guy's already settled fragrance DNA, meaning that while it is a nice boosted punch, just in terms of longevity, you're not gonna get that like 10, 12 hour performance that you're expecting. But overall, this fragrance DNA is just fantastic. If you guys don't know it, it is really clean, crisp, similar to things like F by Ferragamo, and it's just been a classic, a staple in a lot of people's fragrance collection. Smells really fresh, and when you let it dry down, I like this one better, random. But when you let it dry down, it just starts a little bit bitter at first, very masculine. You get some of that, you know, spice, that fresh bitter spice, but then it just blossoms into a nice, smooth, sensual, masculine bliss. You have an aura of excellence around you. You smell very clean and professional. So it's definitely included in the list. Definitely gonna take a spot. Taking the number 25 spot, Dolce Gabbana Intenso and Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme. Taking in the number 25 spot, I got a shared slot just because these fragrances are really similar in my opinion. They both have this sweet raspberry fresh feel to them. It's gonna be Mont Blanc's Individual and Diesel Fuel for Life. So both of these fragrances are awesome. I love them both. They're both great for the fall time. They're both very sweet, so during the fall you can get away without the sun boosting them up to that overly sickly sweet level, but you definitely don't want to overspray them either way. They're both great. They both have good performance. They're both very approachable, mass appealing fragrance DNAs. They both get compliments. It's just, you know, they're both already established fragrance, you know, Diesel and Mont Blanc's Individual. I haven't seen them really compare side by side, but they do really smell alike with that kind of sweet raspberryness. This one being a little bit more fruity in the dry down, this one being a little bit more of that fabric fresh softener. You know, this one is really notable when you overspray it, that kind of raspberryness. But awesome fragrances. You know, if you're looking for a great addition to your fragrance collection at a great price, these have been recommended to death, and I'm recommending them as well. So taking in the number 24 spot, we got Mont Blanc's Individual and Diesel Fuel for Life. Coming in at the number 23 spot, we got a fragrance that I love. It's coming in at the number 23 spot. I would put it higher, but it's unfortunately become a little bit harder to find nowadays. And that's Carolina Herrera's 212 Sexy. It is an awesome fragrance. Starts off with the fragrance DNA of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male, and then just seeps into over the 212 formula. Very nice blend of those two fragrances. Very nice fragrance overall. It's just become a little bit harder to find, and when you do find it, it is a little expensive. So it's gonna take a higher spot overall on this list, but to close down this video, it's essentially taking in the number 3 spot. But coming in at number 23 spot, a fantastic designer fragrance. Carolina Herrera makes amazing stuff. This is indeed a sexy fragrance. It lives up to the name. Carolina Herrera's 212 Men Sexy. And coming in at the number 2 spot, we got Lacoste Pour Homme. This one is great, guys, just because in terms of female fragrances, I really like Marc Jacobs Decadence. Decadence has a plum note over this powdery bliss. It's just awesome. And I always wanted a counterpart to that fragrance for men. This is kind of the closest thing I found to it. This thing has a plum note as well, but it's just a little bit synthetic. But in terms of a fall fragrance, this thing is a banger. This thing is awesome. This thing is underrated. This thing is good stuff right here. It's the closest thing to a masculine male decadence that I could find. And it is just just so good. I love to splash it. This is my second bottle. It's a low-key hidden gem, you know, secret weapon. You know, you just splash it and it smells great. It doesn't have the best performance. That's one thing that it's missing. If this thing was less synthetic and had better performance, as in it lasted longer, it would be a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Right now it's about a 7, maybe 8 out of 10, depending on a good day. But for the fall time, it's absolutely fantastic. So taking in the number 22 spot, we got Lacoste Pour Homme, a great fragrance, very underrated, and I definitely have to recommend it just because it is awesome. Makes great use of that plum note, and the dry down is seriously good as well. Alright guys, taking in the number 1 spot, a fragrance that I hope shows you how serious this list is. A fantastic fragrance that it received a bit of hate for not being the most original, but standalone, it is amazing. It sells like crazy. It is one of the best selling fragrances of the past couple of years since its release. I noticed working in a fragrance shop, not just from my store, but across different stores, different districts, different companies, and that's Emporio Armanis Stronger with You. And yeah, this thing is awesome. This thing is straight up a 9 out of 10 fragrance just because its performance, it's there. It's there. You're gonna get an easy 9+ hours out of it. Every customer I show this to loves it. The only reason you won't want to get it is because you have something similar to it, or you just straight up don't like sweet. But overall, in terms of mass appeal, it's loved, it's adored. It gets a lot of compliments. It's going for a much better pricing now. You can find it around $60, $70. But it is such a great fragrance. It truly masters that sweet, syrupy vibe, that essence. And you get a little bit of everything in here, some vanilla, some chestnuts, some pink pepper, there's that spice, there's that sweetness, and there's so much love put into this fragrance. There's a story behind this fragrance where I believe Armani's husband passed, so he dedicated this one and the female counterpart because it's you to him. That's what the band is right here, their wedding band. I'm not sure how true that is. I would love to verify that. But so much love was put into this fragrance by the design house of Armani, and it shows just because standalone, it is an awesome fragrance. Great smell, great performance. Not the most original, but for fall time, it is just so good. Every customer I sell this to leaves happy. So it's perfect to close the video with. Taking in the number 21 spot, number 1 spot for this video, but 21 spot overall for the list is Emporio Armani Stronger with You. That's the list, guys. Definitely having a lot of fun with this project. This is a huge thank you to all of you who supported me. All you fellas out there, ladies, I dropped that video for you. I'm going to drop more for you guys. Guys, this huge project is a huge thank you just because you followed me for a year, and it's awesome. It's unreal. It's a blessing. You know, words can't express, they really can't express, but what can express is that I can't put out content for there. I'm gonna put so much more love into the content, and this project is a way to just be like, boom, let me go ahead and explode. The kids coming back, the kids got moxie. I hope you guys enjoyed this first part, this first batch, numbers 30 to 21. The next part's coming up soon. This is the Fragrance Runner signing off now, wishing you all to stay fresh.